Woo to all of you. Spear here, what's happening? As many of you may know, Discord is in a deep pit of trouble. You all remember that data breach where over 70,000 users were leaked? Well, Discord is at it again, but this time people are livid. And they're making it mandatory to not only show your ID, but your biometric data. This had led many, including myself, to report them to the Department of Justice, the Federal Trade Commission, their state's attorney generals, even their legal teams. And in my state and in Louisiana, age gating is outright illegal unless the site is explicitly adult oriented. If Discord tries to apply that system here, they could wind up in some seriously hot legal water. Their age assurance vendor, Persona, was responsible for the previous leak, which included data from minors. Something my lawyer says is a serious felony. That alone shattered trust, and people aren't exactly eager to hand over a government ID to a platform tied to a vendor that has that kind of history. A major issue people keep raising is the lack of transparency. Discord hasn't exactly explained on why this sudden ID requirement is necessary, and that silence is making users even more suspicious. On top of that, platforms are supposed to follow data minimalization principles, meaning they should only collect what is absolutely needed. Enforcing government IDs after a massive breach doesn't exactly fit that standard. And it's not just happening here. Our friends in the UK have already been forced into similar verification systems, and they're fighting back hard. Which shows just how unpopular this is, and it's going global. Between states' laws, federal regulations, international privacy rules, and a vendor with a breach involving minors, this whole entire situation sits in a legal gray zone. And for everyone who remembers my Lost Odyssey video where I talked about the dangers of AI, guess what? That's exactly what Discord wants to use to verify you. Meaning, even if you look young, the system can still flag you, even after you show ID. That puts you at risk in two fronts. Your information can easily be exposed if something goes wrong, and the AI can misclassify you anyway. And in states with higher crime rates, that kind of exposure can have real world consequences. People are rightfully worried about that, potentially leading to even more lawsuits that are already piling up. And it's not just the users that are sounding the alarm. From what people have been saying, the Department of Justice and the Federal Trade Commission are already furious about how Discord is handling past incidents, and they made it very clear that they are skating on very thin ice. When a platform has a history of major leaks, suddenly starts demanding government IDs and running them through an AI system, regulators pay attention, because anything that can go wrong will go wrong when sensitive data is involved. And that is exactly why the reports are skyrocketing. Because people are flooding regulators with complaints, and Discord is starting to look desperate. They've been slashing nitro prices left and right, throwing out discounts like candy. Almost like they're saying, please don't tell my mommy. Because they know they're acting like a scared little kid who got caught doing something they shouldn't. And look, I can at least understand why YouTube does this. I don't agree with it in the slightest. But they at least offer alternatives. They're smart enough to know that if they forced the full ID verification in certain states, their ass would be legal grass and the lawyers would be the mower. They know the risk. They know the laws. And they know better than to poke the exact hornet's nest that Discord is sprinting toward face first. And the wildest part is the sharp contradiction to what we've all been told growing up. Back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s, every school, every parent, every teacher, every website hammered the same message in our heads. Never show any personal info online. That was the golden rule. And now these companies are acting like it never happened, like decades of online safety advice just evaporated. It's getting so hot that American watchdog groups are now involved. The pressure isn't just coming from users anymore. Oversight organizations are stepping in because the situation has spiraled so far beyond just a policy update. When watchdogs start paying attention, that means the alarms aren't just loud, they're justified. So here's the bottom line. If Discord doesn't rethink this, they're not just risking user trust. They're risking lawsuits, which are already on the way, mind you. They're risking investigations and a full-blown regulatory storm. And once that hits, no amount of cheap nitro, no amount of lawyers is going to save them. Stay sharp, stay safe, and don't let anyone bully you into handing over your identity. Not now, not ever. Spear it out.